बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। साइंस चैनल के देखने सुनने वालों को वेलकम कहती हूँ। आई होप कि आप सब ठीक ठाक खैर से मेरी तरफ से दुआ है कि आप सबको ठीक ठाक और खैर से रखे। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है क्रोमेटोग्राफी। चलते अपने टॉपिक की तरफ। व्हाट इज़ क्रोमेटोग्राफी? डेफिनेशन: इट इज़ डिफाइंड एज द सेपरेशन ऑफ crowded compounds. As in broad definition, it is the technique in which the separation of mixtures of a substance which is brought about by differential moment of individual components through a porous medium under the influence of a solvent. Okay. And what is the principle of chromatography? Chromatography is based upon the principle of selective absorption of various components of a mixture between two phases. The first one is fixed phase and the second one is moving phase, mean that liquid organ. The mixture to be separated is taken in the moving phase and passed over the fixed phase. Different components are dissolved to different extents by the fixed phase. These results of separation of mixture. There are four types of chromatography, which are: the first one is adsorption chromatography. The name is adsorption chromatography. When a chromatographic technique involves a solid as a stationary, mean that fixed phase, and the liquid or a gas as a moving phase, it is in case of adsorption chromatography. Examples of AC, mean that alternating connection, is column and TLC, thin layer chromatography. First one is column chromatography. Column chromatography is a technique in which a solid adsorbent is taken on a column. This is an example of adsorption chromatography. Thin layer chromatography. The second one is TLC. This is another example of adsorption chromatography in which the adsorbent is supported on a glass plate. Second one is partition chromatography. When the CT involves a liquid supported on an inner solid as stationary phase and the liquid or a gas is in moving phase, this is called PC, mean that partition chromatography. It is in case of PC, mean that examples of paper chromatography. What is meant by RF value? The answer is that it is absorbed that the development of a chromatogram clean when the solvent rises up at a higher rate. The component of mixture RF value for a particular component depends upon the following two factors. First one is nature of the eluting liquids, and the second was nature of adsorbent, mean that RF value stands for rate factor and can be mathematically expressed as RF is equal to distance traveled by the component divided by distance traveled by the solvent in some time. The eluent liquids and adsorbents are chosen so as to give a wide difference in the RF value of the component. These facilities the separation and indication of the components. यहाँ पे हमारा ये टॉपिक एंड होता है। अगला जो हमारा टॉपिक होगा वो जो है वो क्रोमेटोग्राफी का प्रोसीजर है। ठीक है, प्रोसीजर में भी उस प्रोसीजर उसका बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप लोग एक शॉर्ट नोट जो है उसका देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर। उसकी डिफरेंट जो है वो स्टेजेस हैं कि वो कैसे जो है क्रोमेटोग्राफी वजूद में आती है, कैसे सामने आती है, इसमें क्या क्या फैक्टर्स जो है वो इन्वॉल्व होते हैं। यहाँ पे हमारा ये टॉपिक एंड होता है। कहीं से समझ ना आई हो तो आप लोग कमेंट करके पूछ सकते हैं। ग्राफ में शो किया गया है, आप लोग जो है वो डायग्रामेटिकली देख सकते हैं। इजाज़त दीजिएगा, अपनी दुआ में याद रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।